That's the wrong song.
Rob sang the wrong song, but
It was the A-Team.
18.
Hey,
Happy New Year.
everybody. Happy New Year, almost, and welcome to the 16th week. We're on week 16.
16, yeah.
Going into the final week of the season. Man, the season flew by, kind of.
Yeah.
You know, it was just yesterday we started this podcast and had high hopes, and now
and we've all failed miserably.
Yep.
Repeatedly.
We did.
Yeah.
So let's get right into our game of the week. The Packers Jets. Our teams battling it out in
Can
it was
I,
pretty much
before
everything
you guys
I expected.
dive into it, Coach, can I just give you a round of applause? I appreciate both of your teams providing me entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
That's what
great.
we're here for.
Great entertainment, Coach.
Yep.
It actually was. It was a good game.
It was a good game, to be fair, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Packers won 44-38. I kind of wanted them to lose, so that kind of, I wanted the draft positioning, but I mean, at this point, I'll take what I can get. And looking stat-wise, the Jets were actually ahead at halftime, 21-17. And then they got 14 in the third, so I believe they were up by like 2 touchdowns going into the fourth, and then the Packers got 18 points.
It was 35-20.
Oh, I'm sorry.
20 going into the fourth quarter.
Did you say the Packers got 18 points, or did you mean that the refs got 18 points for the Packers? Because I'm pretty sure that's what happened there on that.
Hang on, I got to get my popcorn out here.
All right.
Take it away, Analyst
out.
Rob.
All right. So, I mean, we can talk about the refereeing first. Would you like to talk about it?
I mean, it was some pretty terrible officiating in that game. Pretty much, like, among the worst that I've seen all year, honestly.
It was pretty bad, but what bothered you the most?
Ooh, well, probably the Jamal Adams pass interference that got you guys into the goal line.
Yeah,
that was pretty bullshit, to be honest, because I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was not pass interference. The motherfucker Jamal Adams was behind the receiver, and somehow that was interference. I don't know how that happens, but so that was a thing. And then, honestly, it was the big fucking bullshit illegal shift call that really rustled my jimmies. Because I'll give you a rundown, okay? So Aaron Rodgers does this all the time, right? Like he'll snap the ball quick to get the 12 men penalty, which is is good. It's smart football. However, in this particular scenario, what happened was all of his players were in set, so they snapped the ball too early. Okay, so that's an illegal shift penalty. They called that. All right, I'm okay with that. He tried to do something, didn't work out. But then we're about to get onto the field to do the next play, and the NFL officiating crew is like, "Oh no, hold on. We're actually going to review that." To see if there's another flag on the play, which was the 12 men on the field. It turns out there were 12 men on the field when they snapped the ball. So the thing is, they made it so that it's offsetting penalties instead of Green Bay getting penalized. Now, let's analyze the logic here. Okay.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers snaps the ball before his team is set, before the play is ready to happen. They get a penalty. And because his players are not set, there are still 12 men on the field. How does that snap count against the Jets? It was an illegal snap. How would we be penalized? Like, we could have had 40 men on the field. It doesn't fucking matter because the play shouldn't have happened in the first place. It doesn't make sense to penalize the other team if you're going to get an illegal shift penalty for not being set. Why would that offset penalties? And further, why would you go back and review whether or not it's 12 men on the field? If he had never snapped the ball in the first place and he snapped when his players got set, guess what? There wouldn't have been 12 men on the field. That is just like such illogical game design, in my opinion.
Rob, they're looking for official accuracy.
Yeah, it's just it's like apparently that's how the rules go, but I'm gonna say that is some really shitty game design, and it's just stupid.
Well, did the penalties offset, or was it just against the Jet? Oh, okay,
it was the penalties offset, and they replayed the down.
Okay,
which was bullshit because it would have been fourth down for you guys or whatever. It would have ended the drive, and then you ended up scoring a touchdown on that drive.
Yeah.
I only watched part of the game. Okay, go ahead, Coach.
Well, the thing that saved it was the fact that you can challenge 12 players on the field. So they reviewed it because of that. While a lot of other penalties you can't challenge.
Well, they didn't challenge it. You guys didn't use a challenge on it. They just decided to stop the play and go back and review. But like you guys see what I'm saying, right? Like that logic of that rule doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Right. Like it doesn't make sense. Like what Tom Brady could go out there with just his center and himself and snap the ball while the Jets are substituting, and then all of a sudden it's an offsetting penalty. You could do that infinitely. Well, it doesn't matter whether your players are set up or not. Yeah, well that's exactly how it played out.
It's kind of on the defense to get set though. The offense determines when a play starts, not the defense. I understand what you're saying. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, but that's just not true though. It is on the offense to get set. They need to be set before they snap the ball. Otherwise, it's an illegal shift penalty.
But they're not set.
The defense needs to be set.
Well, I guess.
Well, yes, they need to be set before the offense is set. Correct. Yeah, but the offense wasn't set. They weren't ready.
Yeah, but the defense wasn't ready either because they had 12 men on the field.
Yeah.
Right.
The offense dictates when the play is going to start. If the defense isn't ready when the offense snaps the ball, it's on the defense.
I agree with you, but the offense snapped it illegally. That's what I'm saying. Like the offense snaps the ball and decides when the play is starting. They snapped the ball. It was illegal because their players weren't set. So why would the defense get penalized for the offense breaking the rules?
Well, they both got penalties.
They both got penalties, though.
Yes, and again, they both got penalized because you could literally go out while the Jets are substituting and snap the ball from just the center and the QB. No one else on the offense has to be set because they'll get an illegal shift penalty, and the opposing defense will get an offsetting penalty because they had too many men on the field.
Correct.
Well, you could just do that infinitely forever. How is that the defense's fault? That doesn't make any sense. You could literally do that ad infinitum.
Because the offense starts the play.
Right, but the offense is breaking the rules by snapping the ball too quickly.
But that's why it offsets. I think we're trying to understand each other here.
That makes no logical. So you're saying that this makes sense, like having an ad infinitum loop where the offense can just keep snapping the ball over and over again, and it doesn't matter because they be offsetting.
They would be penalized every time for it.
Yeah, no, nothing would happen.
They would offset the penalties. The penalties would be offset.
So why would they do that?
If there's 12
then why have illegal shift at all? It doesn't matter. They can.
It does matter though.
That every time.
All right, let me tell you what I'm thinking. Okay.
No. What I'm saying is why if the offense will never get penalized for having 12 men on the field, if the offense will never get penalized for trying to get the 12. Do it in this case. That's what this logic does, right? Because the offense will never catch only the penalty if there's 12 men on the field, right? So you might as well do it every time they try to substitute, logically, because you're not going to get punished for it, and the defense might get punished for it.
I've seen offenses try to rush a play to specifically get that scenario, though.
Aaron Rodgers does it all the time,
yeah. I guess that's why I'm more used to it than anything.
Yeah,
but usually they are set.
I know, and that's I don't have a problem with them trying to pull that play when they are set. But what I'm saying is, if you make it so that, like, there's no risk for the offense to do that.
But there is risk. You risk your momentum.
Oh, come on!
You risk getting penalized.
Have you seen a team without momentum versus? It's like going on a run in basketball.
I mean, I guess so, but that seems like a silly.
But there's no point to, like, are they just doing it as like a timeout? Like, that's the only way I can see
you could if you wanted to.
Well, I mean, because that's like the only way I could see that being abused is like, oh, we just did that because we get a timeout. But even then, you have to make sure the defense has more than 11 players on the field, because you could try to rush it and then you get a penalty and it pushes you back if they don't have 12 on the field.
Yeah, but if you do it during their substitution, you're going to get that. You're going to get the penalty because they're going to have 12 men on the field.
Well, then they better get better at substituting.
That's the point of it. They're trying to catch the defense in that spot.
I'm not sure you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say.
I think I am understanding it, but I just don't see that big of an issue with it, because I don't think it's like some cheesy strat that can be abused. I think it's possible to like use it every once in a while to your advantage, but I don't think someone's gonna constantly loop it over and over.
But they should.
But why?
Like if this is how that logic works, they should.
But what are you gonna gain from it?
Well, you could get a 12. Your players could get set, or you get more time. Like those are the only two things. Those are the only two outcomes from that Like for the offense, the only two outcomes is either the defense gets a sole penalty, or you just do the same thing you were going to do anyway. Why would you ever not do it?
Because
you see what I'm saying?
You can get penalized for illegal shifts and that sort of thing. If the offense gets penalized for the illegal shift,
this is what we've just been talking about for like 20 minutes. It doesn't matter if they get penalized; the penalties will offset. That's what I'm saying.
But then, what's the problem then?
Oh man, I have no idea how to explain this. The only two outcomes for the offense if they do this is either they do the same thing that they were going to do anyway, or the defense gets a penalty and the offense gets farther along the field. Those are the only two outcomes for the offense to pull this move.
Well, that's a strategy.
The rule
isn't that
a strategy to keep the current set of defenders on the field.
Wait, what?
Well, it's used as a strategy then to make it so you can't sub players in and out. Like you have to keep those guys on the field. So it's almost like a hurry up offense.
Yeah, but that seems pretty. That seems pretty fucked up too, to be honest with you. That seems like it's just an exploit of the rules. But also, again, like I'm just saying, there's no reason to not try to do this. The only two outcomes are relative, or either neutral or positive.
Well, that's why the Packers have done it for so long. Yeah, but because you do that and you get a free play.
Right. I mean, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that if there's no illegal shift. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have a problem if the offense is set and you catch them with the 12 men. I don't have anything. Okay, let me be fully clear. I have no issue. I have no issue with the illegal shift penalty. I have no issue with the 12 men on the field penalty as mutually exclusive entities. When they offset one another is the only time that I have a problem with it, because it creates a scenario in which the offense could do it forever and they will never be penalized for it.
But that's assuming the defense is substituting on every play, though.
Well, every time there's a substitution, let's say, then.
Which is what Green Bay usually tries to do.
But then it would almost be better for the defense, because then it offsets and you get your players on the field that you wanted.
Yeah.
Well, possibly, yeah. I mean, it could be that. But also, like, again, we don't. If there wasn't an illegal shift in the first place, they would have completed their substitution without the 12-man penalty.
Listen,
I'm very confused with the actual problem.
Can somebody that's smarter than us like break this down?
Well,
explain why.
The thing is, like, I there has to be a reason that I'm wrong here. Like there has to be a reason that this will not always happen, because the other part of this is the only penalty that is reviewed is 12 men on the field. That's the only one that can be reviewed. Yeah. So in this particular scenario, this creates an infinite loop in which an offense is always given the benefit. So that's why I'm saying, like, there has to be some other rule that I just straight up don't know that breaks this loop.
Well,
because
otherwise, I still think it's because of momentum. Like the offense is more momentum driven than the defense. If you keep doing this, you're giving the defense rest, which is what they want, because then they can keep up with the offense.
I mean, I guess, but I don't know. it's one of those like invisible hand kind of things, you know. Like how do you judge that really? Like what level the momentum is at this team at this time versus that team at that time? You know what I mean?
Well, you can feel it. You can feel the energy in the air.
We're driving down the field, Rob. As someone who played defense, I will say that it is absolutely on the defenses. It's on the defense out there to be ready. It's not the offense's obligation to wait for a defense to be set. Now, if the offense is
fundamentally misunderstanding my argument,
I guess so, because I don't understand, because Green Bay got flagged for illegal shift, right?
Yeah,
and then them doing the illegal shift also caused the Jets to have 12 men on the field.
Correct.
But had the play gone off, the Jets still would have been penalized.
Well, yes, if they weren't illegally shifted, yes, the Jets would have been penalized.
So, but they did illegal shift. So I don't understand what the problem is. Both teams got penalized for it.
That's what I'm saying. Like okay, if Green Bay did not cause a penalty, then the Jets would never have gotten a penalty in the first place. Do you see what I'm saying? So why should the Jets? Let's go team A, team B here. Let's remove everything. Right. Let's Thomas Rawls. Right. Let's veil of ignorance here.
All right.
Okay. So team A breaks a rule. Because they broke that rule, that means that team B inadvertently broke a rule. Why should team B continue to be punished if the whole chain of events only begins because team A broke the rule? Team A should be the only one penalized, right?
But team B was also breaking a rule, Rob.
But again, they only broke the rule because team A had broken a rule. You see what I'm saying?
But
they would not have broken the team B would never have broken a rule if team A didn't break the rule in the first place.
So when would you do this strategy that you're saying can be exploited?
Oh, you just do it every time. Like just try to get set as quickly as possible every time the
Yeah, but
every single time.
But why?
Well, because if you're an offense, your two outcomes are either neutral or good. Those are the only two outcomes.
But what's good about nothing happening?
No. That's the neutral. The neutral is nothing happens. The penalty's offset, and you do the same thing that you were going to do anyway. The good is you catch the defense and you get extra yards. You see what I'm saying? There's no outcome where the offense gets punished for breaking a rule. It's like
It's if they get their substitution off.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you can always do this because if they're substituting, there will always be a point where there are more men on the field than there are supposed to be.
I think we're spinning our tires here.
It just pauses the game and then we continue like
again. That's the neutral outcome, yes. Or your players end up getting set and you get the penalty. So why would you ever not try to
if you guys want to put it under the tire? I thought, to help to stop the tires from spinning so much.
Oh my God, it's Bear.
All right, Bear, we have a question for you.
Yeah.
So in the Packers-Jets game, there is a penalty.
Yeah.
And the Packers had illegal shift. And
which means their players were not set before they snapped the ball.
Yeah, and the Jets had 12 men on the field. Okay. But at the time, they didn't know that. So the Packers got penalized, but then they're like, hold on, we're going to take a look at this. They took a look, and they're like, yeah, the Jets had 12 men on the field, playoff sets, play it again. Do you think that is exploitable or an exploit?
Oh, is that all this is? Oh, wow.
Yes, basically, yeah.
Dude, no, you can't.
How is that not an exploit of the rules?
Are you trying to tell me like you want to put 12 men on just to see if they catch it every time?
No. What I'm saying is this: that snaps
Maybe
the ball.
I shouldn't get him into this again, actually.
Also, I don't know if Rob is cutting off for anybody, but
He was, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I think my internet is being a butt, but okay. So an offense illegally snaps the ball, which, by the way, if it's an illegal shift penalty, it literally could be just the center and the QB as it can be the only people set on the play, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If you do that,
hold on. Prior to even setting up another example, I do think I actually agree with you in the situation here that the offense should be the only one penalized, because it's kind of ridiculous to like award them an offset penalty in retrospect. Like that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. But the idea of exploiting that, I think, is absurd.
Well, I'm saying, like, logically, like with how the rules are set up right now, I don't know why every team wouldn't try to get 12 men every time that a defense tries to substitute.
Yeah.
Because
in that, all right, I'm kind of with you. In that particular circumstance, yes, maybe. Because, like, well, then again, though, you really have to be thinking about that. No, it's not even worth it, though. That's what I got to as soon as I was like, okay, maybe you could do it in that circumstance. But then even then, it's like, why would you even bother?
Well, that's my argument. It doesn't seem like it's worth it.
Oh, I'll give you why it's worth it. Okay. Again, this is and well, Krendor's Victor already heard this, but this is why it would be worth it for an offense. Okay. Say you snap the ball. Okay. If all your players are set, defense gets a penalty. You get extra yardage for free.
Yeah,
that seems pretty good. If you don't get set and you get an illegal shift, you're not punished at all. You just replay the down. You do what you would have done anyway. So there's no punishment for a legal shift in the scenario where they have 12 men on the field, is what I'm saying. So in this case, the only two outcomes from this is neutral or good. So why would the offense not always do this? Why would they not always try to get the 12-man penalty, whether they're set or not?
Well, I think there's a difference between like trying to get the penalty so you get a free playoff like the Packers do, or just being like, hey, just snap the ball. Boop, oh, penalties offset. Like, there's nothing to gain from that except you delayed the game.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that offenses should do that, but I'm saying that they should always try to get the 12-man penalty every time the defense tries to substitute.
But that's on the
defense, though.
No, it's Invicta. I think you seriously. I think the rest of the people are getting this.
Well, it's the thing. Like, the Packers have done that for years. Like, Aaron Rodgers has like probably 20+ touchdowns doing that.
Yeah. Again, I have no problem with I have no problem with illegal shift. I have no problem with 12 men on the field as mutually.
But it sounds like you do have 12 men on the field problems.
No, I have an issue when the penalty's offset. That's the only time I have an issue.
We didn't even give Bear a chance to like answer your original question.
I know.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, go for it.
I've been here for half the conversation. I feel like we should move on.
Probably should. Okay. I just don't. Okay, I'm gonna say this one more time and then I'm done. I feel like it's a negative because if you're an offense is a very momentum, energy, like propelled thing, and when you just cut that momentum, it just kind of dies everything down, and then it doesn't, then you're like,
I'm with Krendor in that. Like, I think you're underestimating the amount of things that are going through everybody's head in the midst of the football game, and like to even consider that is like to interrupt the thought processes and be like, oh shit, hold on, they got 12 men going on, let's go do the substitution thing real quick, and then that's just not even worth the consideration in my mind.
I mean, I don't know. You get how many yards is 12-man penalty? It's like 5. A free first down, right?
5.
It's 5. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, free 5 yards and not a loss of down seems pretty fucking worth it to me, especially when I'm not going to get punished if I fuck it up.
Circumstantial. It's so circumstantial, dude.
I mean, it is. But like all I'm saying is with how that rule is set up, it creates an infinite loop where if you are in the position to do this, I don't see why you would not do this again. And maybe I'm just not understanding. Maybe there's another rule that breaks this.
Yeah.
But as I understand it, it doesn't make any sense.
The fact that they can retroactively award a 12-man penalty in my mind is a little weird.
Yes, that is very frustrating. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Especially since it's the only one that can be reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
I did not get anything Buccaneers related for Christmas.
You did get something Buccaneers related for Christmas. It's what we've deciphered, I think.
There's got to be a reason you
Correct.
negative did, though, right?
There is because we've been talking about the same thing for 20 minutes now.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. There
Well,
we go.
we said we weren't going to talk about the Packers Jets for a long time, and we didn't. We talked about the refereeing for 25 minutes. Anyway, they played each other. Jets lost because they're like, referees. Aaron Rodgers destroyed them. Ran for 2 touchdowns. Threw for 2 touchdowns. Great plays.
Packers, hey man, 6-8 on the season. Well done.
It went. I just want to say it went exactly as we had envisioned last week, which is that I wanted it to be a shootout where both of our QBs looked good and our teams lost. And guess what? My team lost. So fuck you. I get a better draft pick.
I guess he technically won.
Yep.
I will say the only part of the game that I actually watched was the first half because I just wanted to see what kind of a train wreck it would be.
Right.
And Jamal Williams' last touchdown right before the end of the half, the one where he skated on the side.
Yeah.
I like everything in my body was telling me that, like, and my eyes included, they were like, yeah, he was out of bounds. There's no way he was in bounds. And then when they show the replay, he was like almost the closest you could possibly be without being out of bounds. It was incredible.
Yeah.
I could not
it was
believe
a really good touchdown.
I mean, I just it was incredible to watch. I was like, how are they calling a touchdown on that? But then I saw the replay.
Mm-hmm. There were some good moments of that. I mean, did you guys see Chris Herndon's one-handed touchdown catch from
Sam
Darnold?
That one was crazy.
That was pretty cool. I'm actually really pumped because we've been looking for a tight end for a couple of years, and Herndon looks like legitimately very good. So I'm pretty pumped about
Herndon
that.
and Robbie Anderson look like keepers, like definite keepers.
Yeah, If we get into good coaching staff, we can definitely. And Sam looked good today too.
Yeah.
So did Aaron Rodgers. Like 4 total touchdowns on the day.
Yeah. I think Sam Darnold is probably one of his best games. Granted, it's the Packer defense. I can't vouch for them too well. But then Jake Kumaro had a touchdown. Kind of looks like me, so I like him. If I was a jock, very excited. He might be good. He might be our new Jordy Nelson.
That'd be good.
Yeah. And then overtime happened, and we won in overtime because Devontae Adams, great touchdown catch.
I mean, as much as I've yelled this episode, I want everyone at home to know that I actually was pretty happy about the turnout of this game. How this all went in this game. I felt pretty good about it.
One of those like conflicting feelings where I'm like, we won, but did we?
Right. At what cost? I believe that's what it's called.
Yeah.
For the record, everyone picked the Packers except for Rob.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, and
yeah. Anyway, the Buccaneers lost to the Cowboys.
Yep.
All right, moving on.
Anyway, moving on.
I mean, there's really nothing I can say more about Tampa. Everyone got to see exactly why people in Tampa are like feeling that this is probably the most unmotivated bad team that we've had in a while. And it comes down to the fact that the head coach just seems like he's trying to get fired. I mean, you don't go out after a game and say everyone on the field should be fired, starting with me. Like not even halfway through the season. I've never heard a head coach say that.
Yeah,
I mean, you compare that to Gruden, who was getting just completely shellacked across the entire media for the the horrible $100 million quarterback or coach, makes terrible plays. He's a dictatorial, ruler, that sort of thing. But now, like, Gruden's starting to look pretty smart in the eyes of a lot of people. Like, it's as if Oakland wanted to turn on the Jets here before they're actually going off to Vegas.
Yeah.
The Raiders are going to be scary next year.
They've got like 4 first-round. No, they got I think they got 5 first-round picks in the next 2 years.
Something ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they're
for Tampa with 1 year left on Cotter's contract, and for Winston, I don't see how the Glazers bring it back. Like the owners of the Buccaneers are the Glazers, by the way, if you don't know. I don't understand how they could even they got rid of Lovie Smith after a season or two. Well, technically, I think 2 seasons, as we determined last week or whenever it was. Like, I still felt that Lovie didn't have a chance to build his own team here. Winston and Cotter, I don't understand their relationship at all. It seems like Cotter has no problem with taking Winston off the field and putting someone else in there for it. And then whenever that person goes back, he like, oh, I guess we're back being loyal to Winston and stuff.
Yeah,
it's been like that for the last couple of seasons now, and it doesn't work. Like the Bucks just need to start over. Like they're just bad. They're wholly like.
Well, they're bad enough to where they're not getting top 5 draft picks, but they're getting like pick number 8, which is like, not the greatest when you're trying to fully rebuild.
I mean,
especially if you're trying to get a QB.
Yeah.
They just need a quarterback. We've seen what can happen when they have a quarterback who's fired up. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to at least dispute the first 3 weeks of the season were probably the most exciting weeks that we've had since the Super Bowl run back in 2001. Like when Fitzgerald was on fire, or not Fitzgerald, Fitzpatrick was on fire. It was like everyone's got eyes on Tampa. Like it's like, oh, good. Like we actually have an offense. Like let's keep going with this. And then of course Fitzpatrick did it up, which is the cycle of Fitzpatrick, and he's going to be done in Tampa after the season. So I've just, as a Bucs fan, I've never felt so just demotivated to support a team as I have right now. Like next season, I'm telling you, it's all Browns all day, every day, baby.
Hell yeah,
go Browns,
go Browns, baby.
Yeah,
actually, I don't know if you guys heard this as well, but like Deshaun Jackson is pretty much done with Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
and like apparently he requested a trade 3 months ago. Like he's out. Like he's pretty much like, this is it.
He saw the writing on the wall. Because he saw that they were going back to Winston, and Winston, for whatever reason, doesn't like to throw to him. Like it's been Winston and Evans ever since day one, which is fine. But what I was going to say was, as Rob was talking about, them wasting Darnold's potential growth or best years coming up. Mike Evans has been with Tampa for seasons now. Like he's starting to approach the Andre Johnson levels of. This is an elite receiver on any other team with any other quarterback who's worth his salt.
Yeah,
he's gonna be dominating, but he's being wasted in Tampa, and I feel kind of bad for him because he's a cool guy.
Yeah,
he's a monster. He's even having a monster year this year with how silly your QB situation
with
is.
how bad it's been, even with Josh Freeman. Like Mike Evans has been just he's been a terror. Like you can't stop him.
18 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Is he a free agent soon?
I will
over the cap.
I'll look that for you up, Coach, in a second here. But for the record, all of us picked the Cowboys.
Yes, and thank God I did. Patriots. We can bring up the Patriots now. They beat the Bills.
They did it. We beat the Buffalo Bills. Finally, guys, we did it.
Good job, Bear.
Man, we've been working on that one for a while, but
before we get into this one, I just want to say Mike Evans just agreed to a 5-year, $82.5 million contract extension, makes him the second highest paid in the NFL. So he's going to be in Tampa for the rest of his career, pretty much.
Yeah, he's there till 30 right now.
Hey, if they're gonna pay him, who cares? If he doesn't,
I was gonna say, you get paid, young man, because that's a big contract.
Yeah, exactly. He probably would have made more on free agency, but even so, we would have fucking killed for a guy like Mike Evans. Are you kidding me?
But great job, Bear. Great job on beating Bear.
Very proud of this one, obviously.
I was worried
to add this notch to our belt. Just a couple of standout things. First of all, like 260 plus rushing yards or something like that on the day for the team. We had Sony Michel going crazy for 100 plus, and then just spread the ball around between like 5 guys. Cordero Patterson had a few, and then James White carried it. Rex Burkhead carried it. And Philip Dorsett carried it a couple of times. That's right. I remember that. Man, it was complete dominance. Like the score was 24-12. It doesn't really showcase how bad of a beating this was. Like the Bills could not do anything, especially on defense. We just ran over them completely. It's not really all that surprising. Again, like with all that fucking sarcasm aside, like the Bills are kind of our punching bag, especially at home at the end of the season. We're probably going to wrap this up. So that was almost a given. But
especially since he had the 10th division title in a row on the
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. No, we're not going to let that slip, obviously.
Yeah.
So
congrats on that, Barry. Patriots, dogs bark, quacks duck, and the Patriots always win the division.
Yeah. So I didn't watch the game, Bear, but I can ask you, how did Josh Allen look?
Ew, yucky bad Josh Allen. No, it was
Not a day for him.
Again, let's put the context into perspective here. He's playing against the Patriots at the end of the year with all those things on the line. He's not going to have the greatest game, more than likely. Not to mention the Patriots defense is yet again like a kind of dark horse candidate for best defense of the year. They're doing really fucking well and put a lot of pressure on real quick now, especially since the front four have finally figured out their shit. But Josh Allen particularly was not looking all that comfortable. He probably just he's pretty young, right? I haven't okay, so he's pretty much fresh out of the
he's a rookie, but he's also he's 22 too, so
and he hurdled a man.
Age-wise was really what I was
he did hurdle
he hurdled a man, right?
He hurdled a man.
I think he just needs some more time. Like, I think it was just a little bit of nerves and just, in the situation. Can't really.
He needs weapons too. They don't have anything on offense.
I gotta say, Brady's stats aren't that great. In this game.
He didn't have the best game, but like I said, it was all about the ground game.
Yeah, they were just grinding.
It's one of those like the team won, the team moves on. It's like that type of mentality thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, so the Bills' defense is actually like pretty darn good, and specifically their passing defense is
their rushing defense was like top 5, wasn't it, before this game or something like that?
Probably. I mean, let's see, what are they currently? Buffalo.
I can't believe Rob doesn't have a stat on this.
Buffalo.
He had the passing defense,
19th ranked rushing defense.
Really? Okay.
But the first ranked passing defense, yard block. So I mean, really, this is just another notch on Bill Belichick's book of understanding we just need to run it at them to win the game.
I'd been under the impression that they had a better run defense, so okay, that's interesting to hear. But
Now, Bear, we postulated last week or possibly the week before that once Brady's done, Belichick goes with him. Do you agree with that?
It's likely. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I can't see him working with any other quarterback.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if it's necessarily like a sentimentality thing with Belichick, because you never try to picture Bill Belichick being sentimental about anything, literally, first of all. And then he's probably just looking at it from a practical standpoint of like, well, I mean, this is going to be a whole fucking overhaul of the system when Brady's gone, so I don't want to have to be in charge of this. So it's likely that he'd want to pass the helm on.
They are, but I mean, they are pretty much linked though in a way.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's talk about the Browns.
Go Browns! Go
Brownies!
Go Browns!
I had
my third lock in a row. The hat trick was on the line. We did it, Coach.
Baker Browns Big Dick Mayfield.
Yeah,
this
baby.
Dude just does not give a fuck.
I love it. I love it so much.
He's staring down Hugh.
Oh, for like a minute. It was amazing. He ran past him and turned around to continue staring.
They showed it in slow-mo, Rob.
It was so good, though.
So with our now all of a sudden justified confidence in the Browns, you had to think there was like no way they were going to lose this game.
Oh, especially.
Yeah.
This was the money match for them going up against good old Hugh Jackson.
At home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's no way that the Browns were going to let that one get by.
And especially, I don't think the Baker Mayfield would allow himself to play poorly against Hugh Jackson. He fucking hates him.
I wonder why too, because it's like, is there like a personal thing?
Well, Hugh was bashing him like publicly, wasn't he?
I mean, he was
Baker
indirectly,
name, right?
Yeah, it was indirectly bashing, but
okay. But
Hugh
come on,
also,
we know what he was talking about.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
It was implied.
Well, it was a series of events. Like you have to go back to Hard Knocks, right? Like I don't know. Did you guys end up watching?
Yeah, no, I watched the whole series.
I watched Hard Knocks.
Like I was pretty familiar with the whole relationship.
Well, so I mean, the one big event that happened in Hard Knocks that was like, wow, that's a massive dick move. Hugh is he basically told Baker, no, you have no chance to win the starting job before the season started, which is just like, what? And then he makes it, and then he keeps to his word and brings Baker in the office with Drew Stanton and Tyrod Taylor, and he goes in and makes it a big event in front of the cameras and says, Baker, you have won the backup job.
I do remember that. Yeah. Baker didn't look very happy either when he was saying that to him.
Yeah, because it's like, what are you trying to shame the guy on what the fuck, dude? Like, come on, that's some dick shit. And then also, you have to keep in mind I don't know if you guys were watching Hugh's press conferences last year during the 0-16 season, but pretty much every press conference he would just shit on his players. In fact, I remember one time that the Browns looked good, even though it was a loss. It was like a big giant run by Isaiah Crowell, I think, where he had like an 80-yard run. And the media asks him after the game about it. Asked Hugh Jackson after the game about it, and Hugh's like, "Yeah, oh, did you see that hole? My grandma could have run through that hole." Like, motherfucker, just say one nice thing about your players, for God's sake. So, I mean, I don't think there's any love lost in that organization for Hugh Jackson.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, and I don't blame him.
Go Browns.
Go Browns.
Go Browns.
I love the Baker hanging dong too.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So good.
Hey, how about Jeff Driscoll? 13 and 19, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That's not bad. You know,
it's not bad. I'm sure some of those came in garbage time, or all of them. But
that's like Josh Allen stats.
In fact, all of the Bengals' points came in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Dude, Jeff Driscoll, he's so cute. Look at his picture. Okay. He's so adorable.
Right. Playing football.
He's got some Dumbo ears going on a little bit.
Oh wow, he does have some Dumbo ears.
He's got that face, doesn't he? Yay.
Hey. I threw the ball, Nick.
Dude, Baker is going to be good for a long time, and I'm really happy. I'm happy for the Browns. I'm glad they finally got it right.
And hats off to Mr. Nick Chubb for just being an animal. He's a monster.
He's crazy.
Another thing Hugh Jackson didn't do is run fucking Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Which refused to do it for whatever reason.
Yeah. I don't know. There's really no reason.
To put that into perspective, like I saw a stat the other day. I forget the exact stat, but like before Hugh Jackson got fired, Nick Chubb had something like 20, 30 carries. Since he's left, he's almost at 1,000 yards, and that's in like 8 games. That he almost has 1,000-yard season. That's how underutilized this fucking guy was. It's crazy.
God damn.
Yeah, well, go Browns.
Go Browns. Next year, definitely Super Bowl contender.
Hell yeah.
Honestly,
wait.
Yeah, I think they are legitimately a Super Bowl contender next year.
I think they'll be this year's Bears.
Come on, let's
no. I think
they're not going to win the Super Bowl next. If they win the Super Bowl next year, I'll put my foot up my ass.
I don't know if they're going to win the Super Bowl next year.
I'm not going to watch that video.
You will admit it. You'll fucking watch it just out of curiosity. See how I did it.
They've got a chance to make a deep run, is all I'm saying, because they've got a shitload of picks, and they're when Hugh Jackson left, they're what like 7-2 now since Hugh Jackson left.
Yeah.
I'll give them playoff team with a wild card win that gets dominated in the divisional round.
All right, I'll take it.
I don't know. I think they can win. I think they could win the division next year.
I'm telling you exactly what I just said is going to happen. I'll bet money on it.
I mean, take this Browns team, and then you're adding another draft of players, maybe some free agents. That's pretty good.
Yeah, they fucked their draft pick. They have like a 15th pick now.
Right, but they also have like the second most cap.
They have hope now, all right? They have hope.
No, I'm with you, dude. I'm just trying to keep us on planet Earth here together.
Well, okay, so the reason that I'm saying that it's a possibility that they have a deep playoff run next year is they look like a better version of Jeff Fisher's Rams, to be honest with you, because they're already clearly producing, and they have a shitload of picks and a shitload of money next year. If they get a good coach in there and the right, and they make the right moves in free agency and in their front office, they're going to be able to make a run.
I think another factor that is going to play into next year's momentum is the fact that they're playing to win now. This isn't the same Browns team anymore.
They're hungry, right?
Yeah, yes. This is a team that is motivated, ready to go out there and crack some skulls. The Browns are going to be good next year, and I can't wait. Cannot wait.
They're already good. That's what's fun. It's like they're actually a good team now, and they were really good at the end of the year. It was great.
They've got better records than all of our teams, except for Bear. You know,
be in the playoffs, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Go Browns.
Go Browns.
Go Browns.
We had some Saturday games, not Thursday anymore.
Yeah.
It was Titans beating the Redskins. So Redskins officially eliminated.
Titans are playing for us week 17, right?
Yep, they play the Colts. Winner goes to the playoffs.
Yeah, well, that'll be a big dig.
Isn't the division on the line though if the Texans lose?
Is it? Oh shit!
The Texans have not. The Texans haven't clinched the division. I know that.
Yeah, the Texans, if they lose, they can lose the division.
Oh my God! Wow, they slipped a bit at the end, huh?
This was a must win.
Wow.
This was a must win for the Titans.
Wait, yeah. Oh shit!
They had to win it.
Do they have the heads up? Did the Colts have the heads up against the Texans? Like the Colts beat them out?
The Colts do, I think.
The Colts, let's see, they lost to the Texans week 2 and then beat the Texans a couple weeks ago. So they're 1-1.
Here we go.
Okay, so they're 1-1.
If the Texans lose and the Colts win, the Colts get the division.
Right.
Wow.
And if the Titans win, the Titans will win the division. So both Titans and Colts can win the division if the Texans lose.
If the Texans lose.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's a cool finale for the South. What a way for it to turn out.
Although I got to say, actually, on ESPN, at least on their standings board, it shows the Texans as having clinched the X spot, actually.
Well, that's the playoff.
But that's
the
playoff.
No, I know. Yeah, that's but they only put that there if they're mathematically already in.
But we're talking about the division,
in the
though.
Yeah, no, we're talking about
they are. They're locked in.
Saying,
they're locked in for the playoffs. So we're talking about who's going to win the AFC South. It's crazy. Gotcha. It's crazy that it ended like this because if you recall, like halfway through the season, we're like, dude, the Texans are just running the table. The rest of the teams in the South are terrible. And then all of a sudden.
Like, I mean, okay, so back when I was on the show, I remember talking about how the Colts were way better than their record back then. And now, of course, they're showing that they were way better than that record. And
I'm more surprised by the Titans than anyone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Titans beat us, the Patriots, so they showed their stripes right there.
The Titans are they continue to be so weird.
Like, they really do. They don't score a lot of points. That's what I was saying last week, is that you just don't know which Titans team is going to show up. Same for the Colts. You really don't know.
Yeah, it's very true. Like, look at their points for and points against. It's almost dead even.
Yeah, they just don't score a lot of points.
They're very inconsistent, which actually was their issue last year, too. Like, they barely snuck into the playoffs last year, and that was largely because they were inconsistent.
Yeah.
You know?
For the record, all three of us picked the Titans.
Yes. We did, and I'm glad I did. I think their running game is what's really coming alive. Derrick Henry had 84 yards and a touchdown, so they're pretty much just giving the ball to Derrick Henry. Yeah. Marcus Mariota's been injured, though.
He's been injured all throughout the year. It's really weird. Like, he
Blaine Gabbert, 7-11, 101 yards, touchdown. Can you watch the Blaine Gabbert-led Titans march to the Super Bowl? That's what I want now.
They split reps between him and Mariota? I didn't even know that.
Well, Mariota got injured mid-game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
But that happens almost every game, too. Like, Mariota keeps going down in-game and then coming back the next one. Or whatever. It's a very weird team.
It is a very weird team. I think the Colts, if they can win, I think the Colts be pretty scary.
I agree.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the general vibe right now. Nobody wants to play them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because Andrew Luck is no joke, and people thought he was going to be affected by his injury. It almost looks like he's playing better.
Yeah, seriously.
Like it's crazy.
So yeah, it was good for the Titans. Redskins are out of it. Sorry, Redskins. Better luck next year. And hopefully,
don't worry. Adrian Peterson says he would love to return back to the Redskins in 2019. Coach.
Hey, there we go.
It's great being around a bunch of people that also are abusive. That's great, Adrian. Let's see. Here's the other scary team. The Ravens beating the Chargers.
Yeah, baby.
Beating the Chargers at home. That is a big game.
They don't know how to stop them.
Not just beating the Chargers that just got back Melvin Gordon and then holding them to 10 points.
Thumping them, dude.
First play of the game was a pick. Wasn't it? Phillip Rivers got picked.
Yep. And then if you want excitement and craziness, just watch the first minute of the second half, because that is bonkers. Oh, yeah. And I've got to say, the tight end for the Ravens, Mark Andrews, I believe his name. Mm-hmm. I have never seen a tight end move that fast on a ever. He smokes the secondary. Did you guys see that touchdown? Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah, he's probably going to be pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible.
If there's one team I don't want to play that isn't the Colts, it's the Ravens. I think the Ravens are probably the hottest, scariest team right now.
I agree. They look like they could have, going to your momentum point.
Yeah,
they look like a team that could end up in the playoffs and just blow through teams to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, honestly. It reminds me a lot of like the Packers when they won it, and then the Giants when they won it. It's a very similar thing where they're just getting hot at the right time. They're getting healthier. Nobody knows how to stop Lamar Jackson in the running game. Gus Edwards has been I don't know, man. That's a scary team.
How happy do you think they are picking up Jackson now? He's completely transformed. He's transformed the entire team, man.
That's what I was saying. Like, could you imagine if some of these other teams got him? Like, if the Giants got him, or if like the Cardinals got him, even like they would have. The Cardinals would have loved Lamar Jackson.
Honestly, I'm gonna be straight up with you though. Like, I think a lot of Lamar Jackson's success right now is, obviously his own physical abilities. Like that's absolutely true. But it also is like John Harbaugh being a great coach and tailoring an entire offense around Lamar Jackson mid-season. Like that's really impressive that they managed to find such a crazy amount of success. Because the thing is, like, say they don't make the playoffs, or say they even get into the playoffs and then do a one and done. This is such a hopeful team, because then you're going to have a full off season with Lamar Jackson. He's the starter. You can work on him throwing, and then all of a sudden he can be that threat both on the ground and through the air. He's not exactly a threat through the air yet. However, did you see that one crazy perfect dime touchdown pass that he threw? That was just it's just beautiful, like that beautiful rocket arm spiral. And that's his potential with his arm. Like, he actually is very talented. He's a really talented thrower. He just needs, he's raw. He needs, I
don't know if you could say he's not a threat through the air. He's proven that he can keep up with the best of them right now through the air. I mean, I think he's
just not consistent.
He's not consistent, but he's still certainly a threat. I mean,
he's a threat, but
they've completely changed that offense within the span of, I think they said 2.5, 3 weeks or something like that. They were going from Flacco to Lamar Jackson when Flacco was out. And I mean, and what they've done, and they're going to have a lot of time to develop that in the offseason. The Ravens are going to be just terrifying, but they're terrifying right now. Going on into getting hot at the right time, going into the playoffs, man. I mean, that's two of the three of us picked the Chargers to win this.
Yeah,
because of the fact that we figured that Rivers has got Gordon coming back. They're going to be playing at home. Like, this doesn't really have a lot of playoff implication for the Chargers per se, but the Ravens, obviously they needed to win this game. Man, that was. I'm convinced that Lamar Jackson is going to be, out of all the quarterbacks that we've seen this season emerge, he's going to be the one that I think is going to be the all-around strongest quarterback from this season.
Another guy I defended vehemently on Reddit to people in long, stupid, pointless arguments.
I just didn't see it. Like, Rob is out of us. Rob is the one who more positive on Lamar Jackson than anyone else was. I didn't think that he would be this good. I really didn't.
I didn't either.
It's the thing with him is he's showing exactly what I thought he would pre-draft, which is just that, like, his speed, like his physical speed is so different from literally any other QB playing right now that the passing deficiencies can be really looked over, honestly. Like for at least for this first year, like you can look past them because and especially since in college you saw every year he improved his completion percentage. He got better and better and better every single year. So he clearly can learn. He clearly can get better, and he's going to keep doing that. And he has something that he's just gifted with. Like, that speed is something that you can't train it. You can't train that speed.
Yeah, freaking Rob Stradamus over here.
I mean, it's just if they train him properly and he can be like a really effective thrower, he'll be basically unstoppable, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, the Ravens got lucky with him, and they should feel proud that they've got a quarterback that they're going to be able to rely on for, assuming he doesn't get injured. Yeah, in a Michael Vick type capacity.
That is one thing that makes me cringe a couple times when I see Lamar play, is that they're clearly not teaching him to slide, or at least
he's not afraid. He's not afraid to take a hit at all, and that's going to be a bad thing in the long run.
That's not good.
He's going to get lit up.
The big thing is they have to win this week. This is they have to beat the Browns, actually, because if they lose to the Browns and the Steelers beat the Bengals, which will likely happen, the Ravens won't even make the playoffs.
Yep.
Playoffs. Don't worry. That's the first and only one that we've had today.
Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, that's that. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
But I think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna be scary.
Me too.
We also had the Vikings beat the Lions. The Vikings they're in desperation playoff mode, so I think it showed this game.
What's their road to the playoffs? Obviously, they have to win their next game, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yes.
They have to win, and the who has to lose? I think the Eagles have to lose.
Oh, that's rough.
Because if the Vikings lose and the Eagles win, then the Eagles go to the playoffs. But if the Vikings win, they're in.
Right.
But they play the Bears.
Yeah.
So
that's tough.
And the Bears, I believe, are still playing for the first round bye.
The Bears the Bears have something to play for as well.
Yeah,
so.
And it's a division game, so they're not just going to roll over.
Oh, of course not.
Thing.
Week 17 is going to be a fantastic weekend of streaming and watching football.
Yeah, it is.
I'm glad. It's so good how they reorganized that schedule a couple years ago and made the last weeks actually important.
All these divisional games is perfect.
Yeah, for the games at night too. Like the prime time one.
For the record, I was the only one to pick the Lions, as Coach reluctantly picked the Vikings with Rob.
And by the way, I just want to mention.
Kirk Cousins. Kirk
253 yards, 3 touchdowns.
That's great.
We went over this. He puts up the numbers. All right.
Against losing teams. Against losing teams, sure. Yeah.
He played the Detroit Lions. Okay. Then we had the Falcons beat the Panthers, who have now lost 7 in a row. I don't know why Cam Newton's still starting.
Well, he's not now, right?
Like, I don't think he is anymore.
Yeah.
That's a full blown implosion. Ever since Cam Newton took that hit, they haven't been the same.
Dude, it sucked watching him try to throw the game that I don't even remember when I watched him. Did we play them?
It was week 16 or when the Patriots. I don't know if the Patriots played him.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
know.
But anyway, I was watching a Panthers game for some reason. He just like watching him throw. It's so off. Like he looks like he's trying to put so much more into it than he should be, and then like it's still coming up short, which is weird.
Yeah. He was clearly injured for a while, and they kept him in. But hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him. Yeah,
I should probably mention that the only person who actually plays for the Carolina Panthers is Christian McCaffrey.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's pretty much the only player on the field.
Yeah. That offense flows through Cam and Christian McCaffrey. That's it. Like, they have nothing else.
Yeah, Cam's down, so it's a one-man show.
It's over, yeah.
Heineke, it didn't look too good, Coach.
No. Yeah. Eagles, though, beating the Texans. Big Nick coming in hot, ready. Dude, I would love the Vikings to lose, the Eagles win, and they cruise to the Super Bowl again. I would love that.
Thank you to Nick Foles for allowing the Patriots back into the first round bye position.
Right, yeah.
It always comes down to the Patriots getting their freaking buys over here.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, but we should get credit though before Rob makes his point. We should get credit. All three of us picked the Eagles. I want everyone to know that. All three of us did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, not convinced by the Texans.
As much as I'd like to rub it in and say I told you so about Kirk Cousins and have the Vikings go to the playoffs, I want Big Dick Nick in the playoffs again. I want it. I want it more than anything.
Dude.
It would be the greatest storyline. Oh man, I want it so bad.
They're so
rematch.
There's so much on like another level, right? Like they've ascended to playoff mode with Nick Foles.
Yeah,
like it's scary. They're a scary team.
How many is that in a row that they won? No.
The
Eagles.
3,
Eagles.
4.
They've won 2 in a row.
2 in a row. Okay.
Yeah, but that loss was not with Nick Foles.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so they should have just been starting him, is what it boils down to. They would.
You know
be
what they got to do is they just got to start Nick Foles like every year, but lie to him and tell him it's a playoff game. Like organize a Truman Show situation, make him think he's always in the playoffs because he will fucking produce 471 yards and 4 touchdowns, dude.
He's like the Fitz magic that doesn't run out of magic.
Yeah,
As long as he
going.
thinks the situation calls for it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I want to see that again and see if it happens, because if that were to happen and he were to like win another Super Bowl, that would blow my mind.
And then they don't start him.
Yeah.
That's the
Carson
thing.
Wentz will be playing.
Yeah.
That's why it has to happen. That's why I want them to have to, like, what do you do in that situation?
Yeah.
Big Dick Nick came in, gave you your first Super Bowl ring, then he gave you your second one in a row. 2 years in a row. What do you do? Can you possibly sit him? You can't, right?
No.
You just-
No.
Of course
And these
not.
aren't even like easy games. This is the Rams and the Texans, like top
Yeah.
playoff teams.
Mm.
And these were important games for both teams, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both wanted to win.
So what is as a refresher, what is the stipulation for the Eagles to make the playoffs? They need to win,
They need to win, and the Vikings need to lose. That's it.
and the Vikings lead. Okay.
Yeah.
Which it's probably going to happen, actually.
It could
Yeah,
happen.
there's.
It might,
I don't
yeah.
see the Redskins beating Philly. I just don't.
No,
But the
that's-
Vikings, the Vikings actually beating the Bears at home, with the Bears having something to play for.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a good game. That'll be a very good game.
Yeah.
So then we also had the Colts beat the Giants, stay alive, 28-27. I believe. What did Andrew Luck do? Colts.
350 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Good day.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too good of a running game though, but I mean, it's all right.
Yeah.
Their defense is still like pretty decent. They're getting picks. They're getting turnovers. Eli Manning on the other side wasn't that bad.
Hey, they
Really
held
not.
Saquon to
Really
43.
bad,
Yeah, they held him to 43 yards
Here's a
on
nice
21 carries.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. So yeah, maybe that Colts rush defense is actually pretty legit. I know they have Darius Leonard, who's really good.
Well, the thing is largely like with the Giants, like just stack the box every play, right? Like force Eli to throw to people.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what happened in this game, but
It sounds like what happened.
Yeah, all three of us.
Yeah.
All three of us picked the Colts, by the way.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Here's a good one: Jaguars, Dolphins. Some big time stats in this game.
Once
Let me tell
again,
you.
the Jaguars managed to somehow disappoint, even though we picked against them.
Yeah.
And who led them to their victory, by the way?
Their defense.
Blake
Yeah.
Bortles.
A huge day for Blake Bortles. 5 of 6, 39 yards, and that's it.
Unbelievable.
You had 25 rushing yards, coach.
Oh, that turned the tide.
Bortles.
Yeah, their defense pretty much carried them. No good wide receivers still. No good running backs, really. Leonard Fournette still looks mediocre. Carlos Hyde was okay. The Dolphins looked bad. Just two bad teams going at it. And, one of them won.
When your quarterback only completes 15 passes out of 22 for entire 4 quarters, you got a bunch of bored people on your hands in the stadium.
Yeah. Rams destroyed the Cardinals, which I again expected.
Who thought that was going to turn out any other way?
Yeah.
And of course, Rob with the easy lock there.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'll take it.
Coach trying to actually convince us that somehow the Rams are going to lose this game.
You never know, dude. You never know.
It's our sleeping horse.
Hey, Larry Fitzgerald threw a touchdown. That's pretty cool.
He did.
Hey, that's probably the highlight of his year, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's see. The 49ers lost to the Bears 14-9. It was closer than I thought it would be. Steelers lost to the Saints 31-28.
That was a hell of a game.
Yeah, that was a good game. Drew Brees, dude. I think Drew Brees is probably the leader of the MVP race now.
I think he's MVP this year for sure.
Yeah.
He's so underrated, Rob. Damn it. He's so underrated, Rob.
Here's the thing. I actually think I think there's a pretty good chance he's not going to get the MVP this year.
Why?
It's got to go to Lamar Jackson or maybe even Mahomes because there's more eyes on Mahomes.
That's the thing is that Mahomes might actually break Peyton's record this year. Like he needs only 2 more touchdowns to I think tie the record. And I think that's going to give him the edge. And I think Drew Brees is going to get snubbed again for the MVP. It's going to happen again.
I hope not. I think he deserves it.
He really deserves one, honestly.
I hate the Saints.
That's fair.
Yep, he does.
All right, yeah.
He does indeed.
Crendor was alone in picking the Steelers, by the way.
Yeah, they almost did it, but they didn't. Seahawks beat the Chiefs. What a game that was, too.
Yeah.
Seahawks, another scary team for the playoffs.
That is another
honestly.
scary team.
I wouldn't want to play them right now.
As much as I hate the Seahawks, they are another hot at the end of the season rolling in team. That's a scary team to play.
This was a must-win though because they had to win in order to clinch a playoff berth.
Yeah.
If they didn't, then they were in just a slew of myriad of this is got to happen and then that one's got to happen and this one.
Yeah.
The situation.
And I'm pretty sure they are in the 5th seed, solidified 5th seed.
Yes.
Are they? Okay.
I think they're going to play the Cowboys, for sure. I think that's...
So they've got a meaningless Week 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's meaningless. And then it's either the Eagles play at Chicago or the Vikings play at Chicago. Unless the Bears win and the Rams lose to the 49ers, in which case the Bears get the bye week and the Eagles would play at LA or the Vikings would play. Well, actually, no. It would be the Vikings at the Rams.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I lost all of it.
Go
Browns.
After the first
Browns.
one, that's all gone for me.
Yeah.
Hey, also, just want to mention, I know we haven't really had this opinion, but I know there are Russell Wilson detractors out there. I don't know how you can be. That man is a beast.
That man does.
Yeah.
He drags that team to wins a lot of the time. I'm not saying that happened this game, but he is a monster.
He gets wins.
good.
He gets W's.
He's really
He eats
good.
W's for breakfast.
Yeah. let's not talk about eating W's. All right. Did you guys see that GIF of
I think I did. Yeah, of him eating the W on the field. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But the big thing I think for them is just having Doug Baldwin back because that man is also crazy.
Yeah.
Did you see that catch
crazy
he had?
cat. Yes.
Yeah, that was wow.
And it was a beautiful pass. It was it was kind of like that textbook. You can't defend a perfect pass, and you also can't defend a perfect catch. It seems because that was just perfect placement and a perfect catch. It was beautiful.
Tangentially speaking of former Seahawks running backs, did you guys see Marshawn Lynch attempt to light a blunt on the Davis torch?
Yep, I didn't see that. That was something.
Oh, dude, John.
Oh man!
No, the GIF I was talking about was it was a Cowboys lineman eating a W in front of Winston on the field.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was great. That was so good.
And then to really just cap off this week, we had the excellent Raiders-Broncos game.
Oh boy!
Yeah,
that punt return though, man.
That punt return was insane.
Yeah, that was cool.
I love seeing that. That was so smart. That was one of the smartest plays I've ever seen.
Coach, what happened to that sleeping horse?
They they got put down.
They fell
They're
asleep,
asleep
yeah.
forever.
Would you say that they got
glue?
tossed into a
Yeah.
meat grinder, like
Yeah.
industrial strength
that's-
kind?
That'll do
I'd
it.
say so. Yeah.
Case Keenum went back to mediocrity. Just everything about him is just mediocre, and they've joined the Packers in the used to be good club.
You know, I'm gonna say this in defense of Case. One thing is that they're really not playing him to his strengths this year, and I think a lot of that is on Vance Joseph.
Yeah,
But at the same time, I mean, you know, I think everybody knew that Case Keenum isn't the guy for the future, right? Like he's a bridge. He's playing bridge right now.
Rob is the champion of underrated bad quarterbacks.
I am, and you know, but that's the thing is that like what they're doing. Like he had all that success in Minnesota last year in the quick passing short game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what do they do this year? He has I think he has the most like bomb attempts in the league. Like they're just making him throw it far, and it's like, why? What are you doing? Vance Joseph, what is wrong with you? You saw what he was good at. Do that.
He's gonna be fired. He'll be fired very soon.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, there's been a tweet. Coach Dirk Cutter signing off from his final radio show of the season. Whether I'm here or not, I'm always going to be a Bucks fan. Yeah.
Poor thing.
Yeah,
Just
fair enough.
Just get him out of here, coach. I don't want him.
And other news, Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer reports that Bucks are the team Mike McCarthy has been connected to the most. Oh shit, dude. That'd be crazy.
I'll take him. Just get rid of Winston.
And he's also been linked to the Cardinals and Jets. So
yeah.
Hey.
But apparently he was more closely linked to the Cardinals. And also, there was Jets news that apparently we're going to be apparently
Breaking Jets news live.
apparently we're gonna throw as much money as we can at Jim Harbaugh. Apparently, we're gonna go really hard after Jim Harbaugh.
Just as a goof, or do you want to like hire him from the job?
Well, yeah. I mean, I want to. I'd be very happy with Jim Harbaugh as our head coach. That'd be amazing. So.
I would not mind McCarthy. Would you, Rob?
No, I would. It would be if they took Mike McCarthy. I wouldn't be super thrilled about it, but I would also have to fall back on like I'm just some fucking guy in my underwear talking about. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Dude.
As
So,
somebody who has watched Mike McCarthy for the last how long? 2006 was should add the math. 12 years.
Add the math.
I think he would be a good hire for both those teams. I think he's got a Super Bowl. He's got a lot of playoff experience. He knows how to raise up a young quarterback.
Yeah,
I think that's what both those teams need. So I think he would definitely fit in. It's like he's got his bad problem, right? Like his fourth quarter timeouts he lost the team after a while, but that's what happens when you have
nepotism. Yeah,
he did get you some Super Bowls, coach.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's similar with Andy Reid thing where he just needed to move on. We needed to move on. I still think he's a good coach, and he'll probably adjust his offense and stuff like that because he'll have time to do it now. And, looking back on it, everything. So
I
think
just want Winston to get hit by a car.
Jesus.
So we can just get a new quarterback. Then I'll be really happy.
I think he's a free agent, so you don't have to resign.
No, he's got a year. He's got a year left.
Does he? I thought he was a free agent.
I'm almost 100% sure on that, but I'll look it up for you.
Hold on, I'm looking right now. I got Over the Cap open.
Thank you, Rob.
Okay.
Jameis is signed. Yeah, he's signed next year as well. He's got one more year, but
I know my Bucks.
Yeah, he's actually got $20 million guaranteed next year.
It's because he had the fifth-year option, and they picked it up.
I actually think I might be wrong on that though, because I actually don't think it is $20 million guaranteed. It might be nothing guaranteed.
What I don't like, and I don't like Jameis Winston.
Yep.
I think they could potentially cut ties. Here, I'll post it in the.
All right.
Yeah.
I know that he's got a year left. That's all I know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's last week, coach.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's last week.
Sorry, I just to be clear, I didn't read this chart properly. Yes, dead money is 0 if they cut him. So yeah, they can cut him for free if they wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Which they should.
I'm sure if a new coach takes over and doesn't like his attitude, he will like cut him very fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was last week. That was week 16.
16.
Yeah.
16.
So moving on, just a little more news. I've heard from Packerland. Packers special teams coordinator Ron Zook said, "I feel very comfortable about where I'm at in life on his job security, even though his special teams has lost us multiple games or almost lost us multiple games. So he should definitely be gone." And Packers have named Pat Fitzgerald a coaching candidate, the Northwestern University head coach. So that could be interesting. He also has ties to Mark Murphy, the Packers CEO. So we'll see, see what happens there.
They had a beer and like a flying saucer one time.
Yeah. They also interviewed Jim Caldwell and Chuck Pagano, which I pray to God doesn't happen.
Imagine Pagano in the Green Bay.
That would be the monkey's paws situation for Green Bay.
You talk about an upset Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that would not be good. So, Sinvicta, how about them power rankings?
Thanks, Coach. Going on over here, going to the final power rankings before the playoffs. Coach Krendor, I'm going to ask you one question only. Who is the #1 team in the NFL?
That would be the New Orleans Saints.
That is absolutely correct, Coach. The New Orleans Saints cementing their tainted, ugly, nastiest face possible on the top of the NFL power rankings on NFL.com. Now, Robert.
Yeah.
I'm going to pose on this one's going to be tough.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to give you a little bit of help here.
Yeah.
What team has fallen the most, not the least, the most in the NFL.com power rankings on NFL.com? Here's your hint. They were previously 17. They have dropped 8 spots.
8. Wow. Whoa. That's crazy.
They have dropped from 17 to 25.
Is it the Redskins?
Very close. But it is not. It is the one and only sleeping horse, dead Broncos. They have dropped to 7. They've dropped from 17 to 25th.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
That's what happens when you lose to the Raiders. Now, on to Bear, because this is the one that I'm interested to hear if Bear can get this one.
Okay.
True or false, Bear? The Raiders are now ranked above the Broncos.
Ooh. Let me give that one a false.
Incorrect. The Raiders are actually the Raiders. The 4-11 Raiders are ranked one spot above the 6-9 Broncos.
I mean, I wanted to say true just because I was like, "There's no way you would have presented it this way if it weren't actually true."
Yeah, I would say in a best of 5, the Broncos would probably come out on top.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
And now, finally, I'm going to give everyone the round table choice here. You get to have, as long as you guys keep naming a correct team, you get to keep guessing. Starting with, I'll just start from the top since it's alphabetical. Rob, I want you to name the bottom 5 teams in the NFL. You just get to name one. If you're right, we'll go to Bear.
Cardinals.
Correct. That is one of them. Bear Taffy.
Oh, good job, buddy. You did it.
Thanks, man.
You did it.
Team sports. Team sports.
You know what? Hearing that Raiders placement, then how about we go Jets?
That is correct. Bear Taffy. Going on to Coach Krendor.
Give me a 49er.
Coach Krendor has officially ruined the streak.
No!
The Niners have risen from the 26th spot to the 23rd spot.
What? They have the second pick in the draft.
They're 0-7 on the road.
The 4-11 Niners, Coach, have risen above the following teams: the Miami Dolphins at 7-8.
No,
the Denver Broncos at 6-9, and the Raiders at 4-11.
That's not right.
That's stupid.
That's not
the other teams that were not mentioned: were the Jacksonville Jaguars sitting at 5-10, who ascended from number 31 to 30.
And
and the Buccaneers, who have fallen down to the fourth worst team in the NFL, according to NFL.com power rankings on NFL.com, sitting at 5-10 at the 29th spot, with the Bungles rounding it out, taking the spot from the Panthers.
The Bengals.
Who calculates these power rankings? I want to talk to the manager.
This is the Bible of the internet.
Need to talk to the manager.
This is the NFL.com power rankings. Literally are indisputable, Rob. Don't question it. That's all we got for the power rankings. Back up to Coach Crendor in the booth for the Pick'ems.
Hey, welcome to the Pick'ems. First, I also want to talk fantasy football because the league is over.
Is it?
Fantasy Football League is officially over. The winner is Gray T team name.
Oh, yeah, good to him.
Second place.
It's Great Talons. Great Talons took it.
Then NG's Wolfpack and the NOLA Nation round it all out.
I lost in the first round of the playoffs.
See, this is why, for those of you who are in the Mosh Pit League, this is why you want at least one of us to let one of us win, so we actually have some sort of vested interest in the postseason.
Can I just say, all right, I finished in last place because I lost my consolation game. Let me just say, I had the third most points scored in the entire thing. The third most points scored. And I finished last.
You gotta win
7.
You gotta win the right games there, Mr. Kirk Cousins.
How Crendor finished last.
And if Sinvicta had players that knew how to get points and beat Rob, I could have made the playoffs.
He went from one game out to last place.
Very dumb. Very dumb. Next year, though,
very cool.
Next year, though, I'll be there. Just wait. You'll see.
Oh, I'm so happy that Barry beat Crendor for that.
Yeah, my I don't even know how I lost this game. Mahomes had 33 points. DJ Moore had 4. Tariq Cohen had 3. Josh Adams had negative 0.9, and Trey Burton got 8. That's how I lost. Jesus. So yeah, that's fantasy football.
See you next season, Coach.
See you next season. Yeah.
Hopefully, Bear will be in the league next season too.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. Should probably invite that guy.
I mean, it's up to Bear, really. Bear, do you want to join our fantasy league?
I would like to join the fantasy league. Yeah.
Hell yeah. You'll be joining the fantasy league next season.
All right, here we go. We're ready for this week's Pick'ems.
Pick'ems for the final week of the NFL.
Final week of the NFL season. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Let's see. First game up, Dolphins at Bills.
Yeah, baby.
Well, I mean, the Dolphins are one of the worst teams according to the power rankings, so I'm going to take the Bills at home.
Gonna be the Bills.
And really, the Bills almost beat the Dolphins last time if they know how to catch a football.
Yeah, I think the Bills will win.
I'm taking the Bills too. Yeah.
That's the most Crendor you've ever sounded, Bear.
Crendor has an impression of himself.
Are we all taking the Bills? That's a clean sweep. All right. Falcons at Bucks.
Go Falcons.
I don't know, man.
Give it to the Buccaneers. Fuck it.
I think the Bucks will win. I'm gonna take the Bucks.
Here's my question, because you always have to consider this in week 17s.
Mm-hmm.
You think the Falcons are going to rest starters? Because I mean, it's their season's over, and what's the point in risking Matt Ryan? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think they will. They'll probably play him for the first half.
Yeah, at least the first half.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I'll take the Falcons then.
I am picking the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm taking the Bucks, dude. I think they're gonna pull this one out. They're playing for nothing, but that's when they play their best.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Give me the Bucks on this meaningless Week 17 game. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's a division game in the NFC South. Nothing's meaningless. They play each other very hard all the time.
Nah, it's meaningless. Cowboys at Giants.
So the Cowboys don't need to win either, right?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Are they already in? Are they already won the division?
In. Oh, already got it. I'm gonna take Giants just because Cowboys probably will rest their starters at some point. Or you know.
They've got no chance of getting better positioning, right?
Yeah, nope. Cowboys.
Yeah, I'll take the Giants then.
Yeah, haven't gotten into anything really all that debatable yet. I mean, it's all just kind of like, well, who's resting starters?
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Cowboys because I think the Giants are still bad.
You're right.
I think this is a well, I actually just saw a headline about Saquon Barkley, and according to him, quote, he does not accept any bad games. So I'm guessing if he plays in this game, he will probably want to win. So let's give the Giants the win just based on that alone.
All right.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
I've got the Cowboys, although I hate them.
Then we got Panthers at Saints.
Saints need to play for something still, right?
No, but I think Sean Payton said he does not want to rest his starters.
Okay.
Yeah, they've clinched the division and home field advantage.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow.
So, I mean, they get a bye, so I think they're just going to play to stay not rusty for like 2 weeks off.
Yeah, I don't see a way the Saints are going to let a 14-2 season get away from them.
To be honest, too, like, you think the Panthers are going to be able to beat the Saints backups? Because I actually
That's true, actually.
know.
Yeah, I don't know about
I don't know right about that. Yeah, let's just give it to the Saints backups.
Yeah, as much as I hate the Saints, their team is just too good all the way around.
Yeah. The Jets at New England.
Here we go. It's finally here, Coach. Finally here.
Yep.
Going
Finally
to
here.
Foxborough.
What do you think,
Aaron
Rob?
versus Rob.
Well, I'm obviously going to take the Jets. But one thing that I'm going to say is we are going to play this game like it's our playoffs, okay?
Oh, I expect it completely, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, unless you guys are resting starters, we're going to come about as hard as we can
This
possibly
is like
come.
the best result for the Jets for this year is ruin the Patriots' chance at a number 1/number 2 seed, and you have an opportunity to do that.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Which
Everyone
is-
on the Jets subreddit is like, that would actually
Fuck
be
them,
on top.
yeah.
that would just be beautiful if we could do that.
But because Belichick's got something to play for, it's I think it's
Yeah.
Patriots.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, I'm going to take the Patriots.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll take Patriots.
You're all making the right decision. Thank you.
Sorry, Rob. We still like you.
Hey, don't sleep on Sam Darnold. He actually is like the highest QB rating QB in the past like 3 or 4 games or something like that. He's playing on fire right
Better
now.
than Kirk Cousins?
Darnold. Yeah.
Thank you, Bear.
Yeah, I
That's
like
good.
that.
That's good. Yeah, is he better than Kirk Cousins though? He's got some great stats. just wondering.
Only a Jets fan.
All I'm gonna say is I remember pre-draft everyone was shitting on me for taking Browns players, saying the Browns are gonna be good. So maybe we'll see next year what the
Only a Jets fan would say, "Oh, our quarterback's been top rated in the last 3 games." Don't worry about the rest of the season, but the last 3 games we're playoff contenders.
He has been playing on fire.
He has been doing good, and I harbor no ill will towards the Jets or Sam Darnold, except his last name.
That is definitely a Jets thing, maybe even a Bucks thing.
They got a chance.
My thing's like, dude, Aaron Rodgers.
Man.
Aaron Rodgers has been so bad. He's like 5th in the league in passes completed. This is a terrible season.
Rob and I will always share that bond, Coach.
Yeah,
just being a fan of just a
misery.
Just god awful football team.
Yeah, but the Browns give me hope, so I'm happy.
That's true.
The Browns are unironically my second favorite team.
Yep. For a while,
I'm a Browns fan.
For a while, Jameis Winston and Fitzpatrick had the same interceptions, and Sam Darnold was right there too.
Yep.
Now it's swapped a little bit. Winston down to number 6 at 13 picks. Fitzpatrick with 12 picks at number 8, and Darnold's now tied with Roethlisberger, 15 picks at number 1.
He actually is now
that.
positive on the season touchdown to interception ratio, by the way.
Ooh.
So.
He's leading something.
By the way, another thing to take into actually, I'll just bring this up when we bring this on, which I think is next. It is Jaguars at Texans.
All right.
Here's a little fun
You got there,
football
bitch. Bring it
one.
right up there. I think you might have something to say, Crendon.
I do. Deshaun Watson leads the league in sacks at 56. No, he has not gotten 56 sacks on defense. He is the one who is sacked.
He breaks the record at 60, right?
I think so. And apparently he just doesn't throw the ball away is part of the reason. Like, he just never throws it away. And I don't know how much I like that going in the playoffs.
Yeah. But he still has the thing about him is that he has the potential to just blow your team out. So you can never like take a play off against Deshaun Watson. I think, honestly,
that is true.
Like he if you are resting on defense, he will punish you for it. He will complete that pass, and DeAndre Hopkins is so fucking good, he'll always catch it.
In fact, Drew Brees has 7 game-winning drives this year, and second is Deshaun Watson at 5.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
He's killing it this year.
Yeah.
Do they have something to play for, the Texans, by the way?
Yeah, the division.
Yes, the division.
Oh, right.
I thought we Did we talk about that?
Look, I've had a lot of hits to the head.
What game were you watching, Rob?
Yes, I'm taking the Texans.
If the Texans win, they will have the 3 seed and home field against, I believe, either the Titans or the Colts. Right, if the Texans lose, they will play. They can possibly play at Baltimore, which would be very bad for them.
Yep.
Yes.
Or they would play at Tennessee if the Steelers were to win and the Ravens lost. Or if the Colts won, they would play at Indy. So
all
this
three
is
of
a
those
pretty
teams
important.
have pretty decent defenses too. So
yeah, I think this is a very important game for the Texans. So I'm going to take them.
Cannot lose this game.
Yeah,
they cannot.
They need to win.
And it's the Jaguars. They're not going to score like any more than 10 points.
Yeah.
So yeah, Texans. Texans. It is.
Texans.
Lions at Packers.
Pick a tie, coach. Pick a tie. Pick a tie.
I wish it tied. That would make me actually kind of happy. But
you want
the
them
Lions,
to lose, don't you?
I don't. I do want them to lose, but it's the Lions, and I don't like the Lions because they're a division team. But I also, I'll just take a tie. Screw it.
We did it.
I'll be happy with a tie.
Rob and I have worn down Coach Krendor enough to the point where he has no faith in the Packers. This is the Packers we're talking about.
I legit want him to start Kaiser. Like, I'd really like if Kaiser played.
I was actually going to ask, are they going to play Aaron Rodgers? I think he said that he wanted to play.
He wants to play.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he wants to play.
I don't even get it, dude. Like, is it a pride thing?
I think it is.
It's got to be a competitive, pride.
Yeah, I don't like it. I want him to sit.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Yeah.
Like, don't play. Everyone wants you to not play.
They'll probably pull him after the first half.
They probably,
I don't know,
especially if it's not close. If it's a close game, I hope, whatever. I don't care.
Just love that.
Just win, lose, get our draft pick.
We've reached
14.
We've reached a point in the season where Coach Krendor is the exact same as Rob and I at the end of every season. It only took one season of us doing the podcast for Coach to be like, oh, I hope they lose. I don't care.
Well, it hurts even more than last year because last year, like, all right, Rodgers has been hurt. Hundley's been in. Then Rodgers tried to win in the final week and come back, but he couldn't. And so we were like, all right, we tried. And then this year's like, all right, this is the year we come back, Aaron Rodgers, and then we just do this. And I'm like, I want to just. I'd like to move on now.
You got to know that it served as a great entertainment point for non-Packers fans this entire season.
Many Bears and Vikings fans are like, lost the division now. It's going to be what happens when the Patriots go down. Everyone's like, Patriots lost now.
I'm just going to stop watching football. I'm not even going to bother.
Wait, you don't want to come on here so that I can yell about Sam Darnold meeting
right out of the sunset with Brady and Belichick, dude. All right, that was a fun 25 years. See you later, guys.
So Green Bay, by the way, currently has the 14th draft pick right now. So
we can finish as high as like 17, I believe, if the Browns lose, and then we can finish as low as I think 9 or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say I don't think we can finish 5 because it's like 5 and 10. We have the tie, so I don't think that's the thing. So
the lowest we can go is 5, actually. The Jets.
Yeah.
Like we can't go past 5, so that's pretty good.
It's not a Packers Jets podcast, you two.
All right, let's
move on.
Okay, move on. We're moving on. Aside from the fact that the Saints also have a Packer draft pick, or we have the Saints draft pick, so I'd really like the Saints to just lose their first game in the playoffs so we can get their draft pick. All right, next up we have Eagles at Redskins. I'm taking the Eagles. Yeah,
Yeah, Eagles
that's-
they've got everything to play for. So
Yeah.
100% Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah.
actually, no,
I want to see
no,
Big
the
Nick
Eagles
in
are the Eagles are drawing dead this weekend, aren't they?
No,
What?
they're the ones that were playing for the spot over the
Vikings.
Vikings. Yeah.
Over the Vikings. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They need to win, and the Vikings need to lose in order
Yeah.
for them
Yeah.
to get in.
In fact, lock it in. Eagles.
Oh, baby.
Let's
All
go.
right, Crandor.
I'm all aboard the Eagle hype train.
There you go.
EAGLES Eagles.
All right. Next up.
Next up, we have the Chargers at Broncos.
Chargers probably. I mean,
I'll take Chargers.
Yeah,
it's a meaningless game for them, right?
I think so.
for the
Because
Chargers.
they're. Oh no, they can still win the division.
Yeah, they need to win this game.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, definitely the Chargers.
Wow, yeah. They
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Wait, if the Chiefs no, they can't win the division.
Yeah, if the Chiefs lose this game, which they won't, but
I just put it into the thing. Oh wait.
No. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're
No,
right.
if the
They
Chiefs-
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that happened. Wow, they
Yeah,
can get the 1 seed.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what we're
nuts.
saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
that
big
was
game.
wrong.
Yeah.
big game for them.
It's gonna be Chargers all day, every day, coach.
Yeah, I'll take the
for sure.
Chargers.
Oh my god. I'm
I'm gonna
looking at
lock
like
the Chargers in on this.
this is like I'm playing around with this playoff machine thing. It's just like the Chiefs can play the Steelers.
future.
Oh my god. The Chiefs. Oh my god. The Texans could play the Ravens, then the Chiefs would play at the Colts or at the Titans.
Wouldn't that be
You're
great?
going mad with power, Crandor. You gotta get back down
Coach,
to
your
reality.
mind's been blown.
Then we got Raiders at Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be Chiefs. Yeah.
Just
gonna
go
be
ahead and
Chiefs, yeah.
skip this game.
Yeah.
We've
which
already
is-
established that
yeah.
the Chiefs also need to win this game.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they need to win this game too. Bears at Vikings.
Bears.
I'm
Yep.
gonna take the Bears too.
Giving the Bears the win.
The Bears have to win, so
It's
take
It's a
the-
tough game. It's a tough game. I can't
It is a
blame
tough
picking
game. They
Minnesota.
played close
It's
the last
hard.
time they played.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. That's tough. Because the Vikings are going to be playing for a playoff shot,
Mhm.
and the Bears are going to be playing for like a more favorable
Positioning.
playoff.
They don't
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
have like a big positional battle they're vying for, right? Like they're not going for the.
No.
Don't they have the bye? They can't play for the bye anymore, right?
no, they
So
The
they
Bears
have.
can play for the bye.
the
No,
Bears.
I think
oh
the
my
Bears
God.
already. Do they? Don't they already have the bye?
They have the
No, the
division.
Rams do.
Yeah. It's Rams Saints.
Yeah, right.
So if they tie the Rams and the Rams lose, then they'll get the bye.
Wow. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, the Bears are still in a win. They need to win position.
Yeah.
Okay. Bears.
Yeah, it's gotta be
Yeah,
Bears.
I am going to take the Bears too, but I actually think it really could be a Vikings win.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this is gonna
I
be a
hope
tight
not.
game.
I want the Eagles, and I hate the Vikings.
Yeah.
Moving on, we've got Browns at Ravens.
Go Browns! Go Browns! Woo!
Go Browns.
Go Browns! I'm locking it in.
Brownie boys.
Wow.
locked it in.
Damn.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna
Locking
take
it
the
in.
Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's fair.
Yeah. I
I
can't.
actually, yeah.
Can't sleep on them.
Honestly, I actually think that the Ravens are going to win this game, but I'm picking the Browns because go Browns!
Yeah, go Browns!
Woo!
I'm locking it in. Real men lock it in. This is my 4th week in a row. I'm 3-0 on these Browns.
That's
locks.
pretty great. Yeah.
That's pretty great. Then we have the 49ers at Rams.
The 23rd ranked 49ers, folks.
Yep. Dude, they're gonna smoke those Rams.
They're going to
Easy.
stomp them, dude.
They're on the rise.
Yeah, but the Rams are also, another playoff type of
Yeah,
game,
they got
playing for the bye. They're gonna
Implications.
they're
They
gonna
got to
win.
take.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna
Gurley is out for this game.
Yeah, it doesn't
Their safety Joyner is out as well.
Doesn't matter.
Still doesn't matter.
Aaron Donald's
Who
going to
else is
play
out?
because he
Keep
can
going.
get a record.
Yeah.
I think there's doesn't seem to be any news about what's his face Goff being out. So basically, they're just gonna be
Take him out. Play the backup.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter. Rams win.
Just get Kurt
Yeah.
Warner back. Just call him back.
Yeah, I'll take Rams though.
Will we get the
Aaron
49ers
Donald-
team that beat the Seahawks? Or will we get the 49ers team that lost to the Buccaneers?
Excuse
Here's-
me.
Here's the thing. Like, I know we're talking about teams playing for like positioning or playing to get
Yeah.
in the playoffs. Aaron Donald is going to be playing to break the record for sacks in a single
Oh.
season.
Yeah.
So I think no matter what, yeah, I think no matter what, Nick Mullins is gonna get fucked up this game.
Aaron Donald hungry.
And
Aaron Donald Mullins.
if you rearrange his last name and his first name, you could get Darnold.
Nice.
Damn, points. Dude. Very true.
Also,
Very
when did
true.
the Rams when did they take away the gold on their helmet? This is white now. When did that happen?
Year.
Yeah, this whole year.
Yeah. Well, they have an alternate where it's they.
Was it because they moved to LA?
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah. It came with the new uniform.
I don't know why I'm just now noticing this. I guess.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting to.
Well, they play blue and yellow sometimes, but it's not like the navy blue gold.
Yeah, it's like the old
had
school
before.
ones.
Mhm.
Yeah, they don't have the gold anymore. But yeah, I'm taking the
Yeah.
Rams.
All right.
Yeah. By the way,
Bengals-
also, sorry. Go on.
yes.
Well, I was going to
No,
say,
you-
side note, Aaron Donald is having a fucking monster year, and he is an interior D lineman. Like, he
Yeah.
might break the sack record as an interior player. That's crazy. That's insane.
That is pretty insane. Yeah, he's got 19 and a half sacks.
And I'll give you one. I don't know if this stat is still true, but like the last time I read the stat, he's being double teamed on over 70% of his snaps. Okay,
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
and he is still almost breaking the sack record. Okay, now not only that, now that's already impressive. You know what the percentage is for literally the number 2 guy that's getting the most double teams?
What's
go
that
ahead.
percentage, Rob?
Like 50.
It's around 40%.
Wow.
Like that's how much more this guy is getting double teamed, and he's still killing people. So
Yeah, that's
he's
pretty
having a monster
insane.
year. Yeah.
Bengals at Steelers.
Steelers.
Yeah, it's the Steelers.
Steelers, yep.
yeah.
Take Steelers.
Yeah.
These are like these games. It would be such a monstrous upset if
Yeah.
the Bengals won this game, or like just take any of the other previous 3 games we mentioned where these teams like have to win. Like if the Raiders beat the Chiefs, that would be a ridiculous upset. That would be.
And there's always one that happens every year.
yeah,
Yeah.
But this ain't this probably ain't gonna be it.
yeah.
Yeah, I
ain't
don't
it,
know.
Chiefs.
I don't know.
This ain't it, Chiefs.
Yeah, it's probably not it.
Yeah.
Cardinals at Seahawks.
It's gonna be Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again,
it's the Seahawks.
same
Yeah.
situation.
I'm gonna take Waterbirds.
Yep. And the big game of the week, Colts at Titans.
Which is probably gonna be the most like exciting, entertaining game that's a must watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
this
Like
is
It
gonna
has
be good.
so
on
much
a Sunday night.
implication.
Yeah, it's do or die. You
Mhm.
win, you go. You lose, you don't. It's essentially a playoff game already.
It is.
It's an
Yeah. This
early
is a playoff game. Yeah.
I've gotta say, I don't know if this is the bold pick or not, but I don't see the Colts losing this game.
I am kind of with you, but the Titans surprised me, dude. Like Derrick
Yeah.
Henry is so good. He keep in mind he's the dude that had that ridiculous 99-yard rushing touchdown earlier this year.
Yep.
Yep.
He's a
It was like
monster.
shades of Marshawn Lynch that running play. That was
Yeah.
It
great.
was almost better. Like
Yeah.
I fucking manhandled those guys.
He stiff armed like 3 separate players. Like it was
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
Like I don't understand how no one caught up to him with how much effort he had to put into taking those guys down. It was crazy.
For real.
Yeah.
They thought he was going to be tackled, obviously.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. The both of these teams are Jekyll and Hyde this year. You really don't know. And but the catalyst here is that they have to win. Both teams have to win. And if both teams are firing on all cylinders, I don't see how the Colts don't have a better team, all around team.
Sure.
Just a few weeks ago, they got shut out 6-0 by the Jaguars.
Yeah.
So I mean, and then the Titans do the same shit where like they beat the Patriots and then they like lose. They get shut out by like
they lost like 2 out of their next 3 games or something. That
Didn't they lose to the Jets?
They lost to the Jets
almost.
earlier this year. Yeah. Yeah.
They lost to the Texans and they lost to the Chargers. They lost to the Bills earlier in the season. So I mean,
They lost to us too. Yeah.
yeah,
But
it's
so
They got
up-
blanked by the Ravens, by the way.
I looked up
Yeah.
some stats. The Colts have the 8th ranked rushing defense, and the Titans have the 6th ranked passing defense. I went by those 2 teams' strengths. right?
Probably. I also want to point out real quick on the if we're going backwards to the stats and stuff. The first time these two met, the Colts destroyed them.
Right.
Absolutely dismantled them.
When was that?
That was in Indy. That was week 10.
Week 11. Oh yeah, 38.
11. Yeah.
God.
But it's another one of those things where I just don't know. It's like they might have a different plan with Derrick Henry now, and it like makes them better. Like I'm just looking at the Titans because they're at home. Screw it.
I'm just looking at what happened. Like I'm not taking into account what team beat.
Yeah.
I'm looking at just the heads up, and it wasn't even a good game to watch. It was just bad. But of course that was an Indy. So I still have the Colts though. I really don't see them losing this game if it's in this.
It's also going to be outside in colder weather. So I mean that can,
and it says it's possibly rain.
Yes, I mean Andrew Luck in that, you don't know. It might favor the running game and defense. So it's I'm gonna take Titans.
I'm gonna take the Colts mostly because I root for Andrew Luck, but I think this is a toss up. I think this is 50-50.
Yeah.
I don't know who's gonna win this one.
Fair.
I'm probably gonna go Colts.
All right.
I'm gonna go Colts.
I'm the lone Titan.
Yeah.
Remember the Titans. I will.
There you go, Coach. There's
They'll
our
probably
pick'ems.
Lose.
We got to do the rankings.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure serving here at the booth with you all for the last 16 weeks, going into 17.
I'm glad to have been here for every single one.
Yeah, we're still. This isn't the end. We're still doing. We got week 17 when it's all wrapped up, and doing playoff shows.
Yeah,
as well.
The Super Bowl.
Then we got to do off-season shows where
we're doing the posting. You know, but who's your lock?
We also need to do the locks.
Yeah, we need to do the locks.
I'm locking in the Saints, by the way.
Okay.
Yep.
I already locked the Eagles.
Give me that. I think I actually locked something in before.
That's what I thought.
Remember which one it was.
So I did the sign off.
I think I'm gonna lock in the Patriots because that's
all right.
And I'm locking in the Browns.
Oh. Hey, you've just given me even more reason to root for a win, by the way.
Good. I'm glad I could do that for you.
I can see Sam Darnold potentially win and you lose your lock on the Patriots.
Rob's already texting Sam right now. He's like, you're locked in the Patriots.
I need this, Sam.
Look, this is a meaningless week 17 of predictions for me. I've already got the title locked up for the best predictions for the show. So, you know, it doesn't really mean much.
Oh, wow. That's so weird. Normally, I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be a great weekend of games. And I'm like, hold on. This is the weekend already. We're like a day away.
Yeah.
Like 2 days or whatever.
You got to get this uploaded to YouTube and SoundCloud, Coach.
Yeah, I'll do that today.
By the way, everybody, sorry for being late. Holiday season, you know.
Yeah. Christmas happened and stuff. You know how it is.
Yeah, all that stuff.
You filthy animals.
You filthy animals. All right. See ya on the other side next week where our teams will officially be eliminated. Maybe some coaches will be fired by the next time.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, dude. It's Black Monday, right?
Yeah, Black Monday.
Yo.
You're going to see. That's going to be... Oh, that's going to be good, actually.
It's cute to hear you guys so excited for that.
Well... I'm already past that moment.
Now I'll never die.
All right. Thanks for listening, watching, doing whatever. And we'll see you soon.
Goodbye. Bye.